Ask yourself this. If a country can do in 40 years what others couldn't achieve in 200, what does that tell you about its future? That's not just progress. That's a warning to the old world order. That's the sound of a civilizational shift. Let's talk about China, and why its rise is not just fast, but unstoppable. Let's talk about why America is panicking, and why the next 5 years could redefine history. Let's talk about what it means for you, for Muslims, for developing nations, and for the balance of power across the world. People love comparing the US, Europe, and China. Who's leading in AI? Who's got the better rockets? Who's ahead in space? But that's the wrong question. Because when most people look at technology, they only see the final product, not the journey behind it. America and Europe have had centuries of uninterrupted industrial expansion. They built their empires off the backs of others. They colonized, extracted, enslaved, and exploited. China? It was humiliated, divided, colonized. And in just 4 decades, it has risen from poverty to the front lines of global innovation. That's not just a comeback. That's a resurrection. This. One runner starts at dawn and reaches the finish line in 5 hours. Another runner starts 5 hours later, and gets there in 1. Now ask yourself, how fast is that second runner? That's China. The West had a 200-year head start. And now China is not just catching up, it's accelerating. In AI, green energy, 6G, supercomputing, biotech, China is leading, not watching. And if you think America still has the edge, ask yourself, for how long? The speed of China's rise isn't linear, it's exponential. And when you rise that fast, your momentum becomes a force of nature. But it's not just speed. It's what's behind that speed. China has something the West no longer does, an industrial engine. America is full of skyscrapers, banks, apps, and analysts. But where are the factories? Where's the hardware? They outsourced it all. China? It builds everything, from raw materials to the final product. Every bolt, every chip, every screw. It has an interconnected, self-reliant ecosystem. That's sovereignty. Bans or blockades, China keeps moving. That's the real power. That's what the West fears. And that's why America is desperate. One day they're provoking Taiwan. The next day they're lighting fires in Ukraine. Then Israel. Then Gaza, then the Red Sea. Then Sudan. Everywhere distraction. Because they know, time is running out. If they don't stop China now, they never will. By 2030, China could have 7th-generation fighter jets, quantum-powered defense systems, chains, global economic alliances. And what will the West have? Culture wars. Debt. That's why they're panicking. But there's another layer, and it's even more dangerous. When an empire falls, it burns everything around it. And today, the US and Israel are willing to go to any extreme, even nuclear. Why is Iran under threat? Why is Pakistan constantly pressured? Why is Palestine bleeding? Because if these nations hold the line, the entire Western order crumbles. If Iran survives, America fails. If Pakistan stands strong, India's illusions collapse. If the Muslim world wakes up, the age of colonial dominance ends. This isn't about oil. This isn't about borders. This is about who controls the future. And the empire is losing control. So ask yourself, if the US can't trigger a war in the next 5 years? What if China rises without conflict? Then by 2030, the world changes. The West becomes a memory. Technologically, economically, geopolitically irrelevant. And a new world begins. A world where power is shared. Where nations rise on merit, not might. Where dignity replaces dominance. That's what's real. And that's why we, you and I, must pay attention. Because if we stay silent, if we stay blind, we become part of the problem. But if we speak the truth, stand for justice, support unity, then we win. Not just Muslims. Not just China. All of us. The empire is falling. A new dawn is rising. And history is watching.